Good afternoon, y'all. This is Ryan Jackson from Ryan Jackson LLC. Hope y'all are doing good today. Um, Hope the day is going good for you. I'm gonna get into the topic for this video. And Urban Meyer, I like to call him Urban Liar. So we're gonna stick with that. Urban Liar was fired by the Jacksonville Jaguars early this morning. Owner Shad Khan released him, and he said that just paraphrasing here, but he pretty much said that the trust had been lost between him and Urban Meyer, which is no big surprise. And I'm gonna get into that here in a second. Um, and that they just had to change the course of things down there in Jacksonville. So meanwhile, yeah, um, 13 games in the season, Urban Meyer is gone. Send him on his way. Send him packing. And so assistant coach or offensive coordinator Daryl Bevel will be their coach for the for the remaining of the season. I think it's a month left. A month left, so 4 games left. So he's going to be the coach throughout for the remainder of the season. Daryl Bevel, um, he was the OC in Detroit. Yeah, he was OC with the Lions for a couple years, and he's infamous for calling the play call in the Super Bowl 49. Yeah, no, y'all remember that when the Seahawks were on the Patriots 2 yard line, and Daryl Bevel, instead of giving the ball to beast mode, he elected for Russell Wilson to pass. Consequently, Malcolm Butler intercepted Russell Wilson, and that sealed the Super Bowl for the Patriots. So yeah, that Daryl Bevel, he's the um he's the interim coach for the remainder of the season for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay, so let's get into the Trail of Turmoil by Urban Liar. So where can I start? Um, okay, he was coach at Bowling Green, nothing there. Then he moved on to Utah, coached there 2 years. Okay, he was good there. Did an excellent job at Bowling Green and at Utah. Didn't have any issues that we know of. Not saying that he didn't, but there weren't even any reported issues with those universities. He moved on to Florida. I was living down there when he was coach. He was coach 6 years. He coached them to a national title in '06 and '07, so back to back. Um, let's see. 31 players were arrested during his 6 years in Florida. Um, Aaron Hernandez, the late Aaron Hernandez, rest in peace, had issues. He punched a bouncer at a bar, damaged his eardrum irreparably, damaged this poor man. He was expliciting bad behavior, exhibiting bad behavior. The bouncer, hey man, you gotta leave. He punched this dude in the ear so hard, damaged his eardrum. No jail time, no nothing. Aaron Hernandez did this. This was under Urban Liar's watch. So he was part of these 31 players that was arrested during this time. Uh, Urban Liar, like I said, he knew this. The university, and not just him, but the university knew this. They kept his kid on because he's a great talent, spoiled rich kid from Connecticut. You know, you know how it goes. Um, he was there were reports, and I remember this because I lived in Tampa at the time, and so it was a lot of Gator fans down there, and they loved Urban Meyer. He could do no wrong until it came out that after he left, then he's Satan himself. Funny how that works, but that's the nature of the beast. But in any event, yeah, 31 players arrested during his tenure. There were reports in the papers down in Florida that he created a toxic locker room environment, um, that he just didn't have a way of talking to the players. He didn't have, he just sucked as a person. And this is another recurring thing that we're going to get into. So you had that in Florida. He was there 6 years. 2010 season was his last season. Then, he resigned saying, health issues. He was having chest pains, what so have you. So he took a year off and became a commentator with ESPN. Okay. Fast forward 2012. He gets hired by the Ohio Suckeyes. The Ohio Suckeyes. They hire him. 2012. He was there for 7 seasons. He was suspended in 2018 before the start of the 2018 season. No, I'm sorry, during the season, the beginning of the season for 3 games because Zach Smith, his one of his coaches, was accused of spousal abuse by his wife. Was accused of spousal abuse by his wife. It came out the Urban Liar knew about it, but just ignored it. So the board of trustees at Ohio, they suspended him 3 games, what so have you. This was in 2018, and that was that. He retired. He resigned at the end of the year. He was saying that I remember he was reporting that he had headaches. There were reports, he was suffering from headaches, this and that. But whatever. I'm not saying that the man didn't have headaches, but Urban Liar that's why I call him Urban Liar because he is not known for telling the truth. That's just, he has a history of being a liar. So not saying that the man didn't have, headaches, whatever, but he's not known for telling the truth. I'm just gonna put it like that. So that was 2018. He resigned at the end of the season. In January of this year, Shad Khan, the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, hired Urban Liar as the head coach. A month later, Urban Liar hires Chris Doyle. Chris Doyle was the former strength and conditioning coach at the University of Iowa. It came out that there were accusations that he made racist remarks, that he bullied the players while he was at Iowa, while he was a strength and conditioning coach at Iowa. A day later, Chris Doyle resigns. This is a month after Urban Liar is hired as Jaguars coach. You did not do your due diligence in hiring this man. You did not vet it. You did not vet him out. He's hired one day. The next day he resigns. If this wasn't so sad, it would be laughable. But the case that people have been bullied, the 31 arrests in Florida, the Aaron Hernandez incident, it's not funny. It's sad and it's despicable, and it goes to Urban Liar's character as a person. So if that wasn't the case, this would be laughable, but it's not. It's sad. And what's really sad is that so many black head coaches who have been in the NFL for years, who've put in the work, they earned the right to be head coaches. But this man has never coached pro football on any level, had not made his bones in the NFL. Yeah, he sent players there, but coaches do that. College coaches do that. But he did not deserve to be the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. It just speaks to white privilege. He was privileged to be the head coach of Jacksonville. Not saying that Jacksonville is a premier job, but you had Eric Bieniemy, the OC at Kansas City. Look at the job he's done with Patrick Mahomes, and he's won a Super Bowl. You had Byron Leftwich, who played at Jacksonville, was a legend at Marshall when he was quarterback there at Marshall University. Won the Super Bowl with the Buccaneers just last season, and look at the job he's doing with Tom Brady. Eric Bieniemy, Byron Leftwich, Jim Caldwell, coached in the Super Bowl, been in the league for years, got a raw deal by the Lions, raw deal. But we're not talking about them, so screw them. Great head coach. Players love Jim Caldwell. They love um, Byron Leftwich and Eric Bieniemy. Black head coaches who are respected in the league, respected by veterans. You didn't hire them. You hired Urban Liar, a man whose character is just terrible. You hire him. Okay, I get it. I see what Shad Khan. I guess he was trying to. He figured that he would shake things up. It didn't work out with Tom Coughlin. It didn't work out with what's the guy name? I could see his face. Tom Coughlin, Doug Moran, I believe it was, and I can't think of the guy. He came from Minnesota, defensive guy. I can't think of his name. But anyway, it didn't work out with those coaches. So you swing for the fences, think you're gonna catch lightning in a bottle with Urban Liar. February, this comes out. Okay. All right. He signs Tim Tebow, who's been away from the pro game for 6 years. You had guys that were cut off of teams that were better than Tim Tebow. You signed him to the roster. It didn't work out. Didn't work out. Blows up in your face. So Chris Doyle, strength and conditioning coach, comes out. He's a racist bully. He resigns a day after getting a job. The Tim Tebow thing experiment blows up in your face. And this is 2 months after you were hired. Okay. October. They play in Cincinnati. They lose to the Bengals. Instead of his ass getting on the plane with the team, going back to Jacksonville, he travels to Columbus, go to his bar, and partying it up while his team is flying back to Jacksonville after a loss. Bad luck. Bad luck. No. No. Bill Belichick would never do that. Bill Belichick has been coach in the league for decades. He would have never done that. Dude, you're a rookie coach. You have Super Bowl winning coaches that wouldn't even do no foolishness like this. You haven't won jack squat. How dare you? You don't go back on the plane with your team after they lost a tight game. You go to Columbus and partying it up, and then there's video of women dancing around you, which, okay, whatever. But really, bro? So Shad Khan had a little talk with him about that, says he has to earn the team's trust and his trust. That was in October, 2 months ago. Okay. He benches James Robinson 2 weeks back, a week and a half ago, because the young man was fumbling. And then he blames his troubles on his injury and on the running backs coach, Bernie Parmalee. He blames the running back coach for benching James Robinson and James Robinson's injury for him being benched. Dude, you're the head coach. And then he said he thought Robinson, what was Keyshawn Johnson saying that this morning that there were reports Robinson was in the game and Urban Liar didn't know he was in the game or something. He got subbed out and he didn't know about it. How you not know about it? See, this is what I'm saying. Urban Liar. The dude lies. This is why I call him Urban Liar. You the head coach. You mean to tell me you don't know what your coaches are doing? What players are in the game? What players are benched? You don't know this, and you're supposed to be the head coach? Really, bro? So what's that? There were reports he got into it with 10-year vet and respected vet Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones was the former receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals and the Detroit Lions. He spent the previous 5 years, yeah, 5 years with Detroit before this year, and before that he had spent 4 years with Cincinnati. 10-year vet, great player. Like I said, he put up big numbers in Cincinnati and in Detroit. This was his first year in Jacksonville, probably maybe his last. Who knows? But him and Urban Meyer got into it, and there are reports that Marvin Jones had left the stadium, and he refused to return. He had to be talked back into coming back. So you're creating a toxic environment with veterans, guys who have been in the league, who put in the work. You ain't put in jack ish, but these guys have put in the work, and you alienated them. This just speaks to the arrogance and stupidity of Urban Liar and the white privilege as well, because 75%, or 80, I think it's more than that, of the NFL rosters are black men. These men have been in the league, they've been in the trenches, they've put in the hard work. And you have this white coach who ain't coached in the league, who was privileged to get a position, don't listen to his vets, and thumb his nose at them like they don't know what they're talking about. And you sit up there arguing with them and you divide in the locker room. Not only that, the number one pick in the draft, Trevor Lawrence out of Clemson, he regressed. He regressed. You're supposed to be this quarterback guru because of the thing, the job you did with who was Florida's quarterback? Chris Leak. Yeah, during those years, Chris Leak and Alex Smith at Utah, um, Braxton Miller, JT Barrett, Terrell Pryor, all these guys. What's the one? Haskins, Dwayne Haskins. You're supposed to be this big time quarterback guru, but Trevor Lawrence regressed. Granted, the pro game is different than the college game, but Trevor Lawrence spoke out too. He said, "Hey, things got to change around here." I'm paraphrasing, but he said, things got to change. And kudos to Trevor Lawrence, a rookie. This goes to his leadership skills. He saw it. He saw this not right, man. I was at Clemson for 3 years under Dabo Sweeney, and we ran a tight ship. It was business. It was football. I'm not for this drama. Even in high school, I'll come to the pros. This guy's a clown. I'm playing for a clown. I'm not used to this. This is not football. This is not what I signed up for. And like I said, kudos to Trevor Lawrence. Kudos to him. But what got Urban Meyer fired was reports from Josh Lambo that back in August during a preseason game, during warmups, Urban Meyer kicked him in the leg. He kicked the kicker, which was the kicker. Yeah, he kicked Josh Lambo, the kicker for the team. He kicked him. He was there. He uh, accused Urban Liar of kicking him in the leg. And when he told Liar, "Don't kick me no more," Liar is reported now that Liar said, "I'll kick you whether blank I want to kick you. I'm the damn head ball coach." And Shad Khan then he had no choice. Urban Liar forced his hand. He said, "You know what, man? I got to part ways with you, bro. I mean, enough's enough. It's how much could I put up with? How much could I put up with you? You already, broke my trust, and then it's alleged that you physically abused a player. No, you got to go." And so this morning he gave him his walking papers, and I'm not much for people gloating when people lose their jobs, because that ain't cool. But it had to be done. Urban Liar should have never ever been a head coach in the NFL. He had no business being a coach in the NFL. When you had guys like Eric Bieniemy, um, Byron Leftwich, Jim Cardwell, Todd Bowles. Granted, his tenure in New York with the Jets didn't work out, but Todd Bowles is on the Buccaneer staff. Great defensive coordinator. He could have got another chance. These white coaches are given chance after chance. Look at Bobby Petrino. His whole list of screw ups, and he's coaching out at Missouri State. So why not give Todd Bowles another shot? Byron Leftwich, Eric Bieniemy, Jim Cardwell. These are guys, Super Bowl coaches who put in the work. But you give it to Urban Liar, and then, well, he won 3 championships, 2 with Florida, 1 with Ohio. Okay, great for him. He's good at the college level. That doesn't mean he could coach at the pro level. And then he's has an issue with being power hungry. That don't fly in the NFL. No. I mean, in college, you could bully 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 year olds. Yeah, because they're learning life. They're still young. So you hold the key to their success in college. It's like whatever you say as goes pretty much. It's either your way or the highway. So yeah, you could get away with that at the college game, but at the pro level, no, 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 it ain't working. It ain't gonna happen, Captain. Nope. Because you got guys, excuse me, you got guys that's been vets. The players run it well. Not they don't really run the league, but we know who run the league. It's the owners. But the players have more power in the pros than the coaches do, with the exception of your Bill Belichick's, um, your Andy Reid's, those type of coaches. For the most part, John Harbaugh comes to mind as another one. But they've been coaching for decades. But for the most part, the players have more power than the coaches, especially when you're talking about guys that's been in the league 8, 9, 10, 12, 15, 10-year vets. And you coming in from college and you're gonna just stick your chest out and I'm Billy, bad, you know what. And what I say go. Man, screw you. Go to hell. That's what they're gonna tell you. You haven't earned your bones in this league. You haven't put in the work. You haven't paid your dues. So miss me with that BS. They're not, you cannot do that in the pros. These college coaches gonna learn. You cannot do that. What you do in college, you can't do in the pros. That's why Nick Saban would never go back to the pros. His 2 years at Miami was a joke because the stuff that he did at Michigan State and LSU, he couldn't do it down in Miami with the Dolphins. Nah, it wasn't gonna fly. That's why his behind went back to college, and look what he's doing at Alabama. Saban is a legend. I mean, you have the great Bear Bryant, of course, but Saban surpassed Bear Bryant down there in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. He did. And Saban would never go back to the pros. Why would he? Look at the job he's been doing in Alabama. That's kind of like a pro job in itself. He's doing remarkable things. He's done remarkable things on there in Tuscaloosa. I mean, love him or hate him, you got to admit that. Love him or hate him or Alabama, he's been doing a phenomenal job down there. He belongs in college, and Urban Meyer belonged in college, or on the Fox set with Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart and those guys. But nah, I don't see him. He definitely gonna coach pro football again. That ship has sunk, and I don't think he's gonna coach college because how can an athletic director sell him to the school president? I mean, how can you? How can you, with in good conscience, say, hey, you know what? I think it'd be a good idea to hire Urban Liar. And the president gonna scratch his head. Isn't it this guy that had the 31 arrests during his 6 years at Florida, created a toxic locker room environment down there? The whole Aaron Hernandez incident, this and that. Then with the Ohio, with the suck eyes, his coach beat his wife and he knew about it, but he ignored it anyway. He didn't fire the guy and he was suspended 3 games. And isn't this the same guy that hired a strength and conditioning coach who was allegedly, um, there were reports allegedly that he's a racist bully, and then a day later he resigned? Isn't this the same guy that after his team lost, instead of getting his ass on the plane going back to Jacksonville, he went to his bar and partied it up with young women and stuff like that? Isn't this the same guy that that benched the player, blamed the player's injury on him being benched, and then blamed the running back coach instead of looking in the mirror at himself? He's the head coach. Isn't it the same guy that created a toxic locker room environment in Jacksonville with veteran players, a 10-year vet, Marvin Jones, um, had a shouting match with him, and the guy threatened to leave the arena, the stadium, excuse me. Isn't this the same guy that kicked physically assaulted a player? That orbit, I should hire this guy. Man, get out my face. Matter of fact, I should fire you for even coming to me with this nonsense. If you don't get the hell out my face. So I can't see him ever coaching college football ever again. I can't see him. He definitely gonna coach in the pros. He's definitely that ain't gonna happen. That ship has sailed. So that ship is sunk. That ship is sunk. So he's not coaching the pros ever again. They don't want him near an NFL stadium. And I don't foresee him coaching in college. I mean, ever again. I could be wrong. I could be wrong because Bobby Petrino, like I said a couple of minutes ago, he has a whole laundry list of stuff he's done, and he's coaching in college. So I guess Urban Liar could uh, um, eventually. Who knows? But not anytime soon. But yeah, man, this had to be done, and I have no respect for Urban Liar. I never liked the guy, even when I lived in Florida. The whole Aaron Hernandez thing, how he just turned a blind eye to that, and it's like he cares about he cares about winning than treating people like human beings, like holding players accountable and people accountable for their actions. He likes to blame everybody else instead of pointing a finger at himself. And I'm not a fan of Paul Feinbaum. I'll call him Turtle Man because he has a undying like vitriol with Jim Harbaugh. Well, until recently, up until the last 3 weeks, he has had so much vitriol for Jim Harbaugh and my beloved Michigan, University of Michigan. But that's beside the point. But he brought up an interesting point. He said Urban Meyer brought this on himself, and he did. He brought it on himself, no one else. And Sunday, he got up in a press conference and said, the person that leaked this, their job is going to be on the line. Well, come to find out, it was your job on the line. So people that were leaking what allegedly could have been true, and for the sake of argument, let's say it is true. Well, they're gonna get their jobs is on the line. I'm paraphrasing, but their jobs is on the line, and this is he categorically denied it, but his job was on the line. Come to find out. So yes, Urban Liar. So long, so long. Good riddance. Uh, Great job by Shad Khan for canning this guy. He had no business being an NFL head coach. None whatsoever. I cannot stress that enough. None whatsoever. When you had coaches out there that had paid their dues and made their bones in the league, that won Super Bowls for God's sakes, coaching Super Bowls, and you hire this clown because, and okay, all right, whatever. I guess, he wanted to shake things up, whatever, whatever. But anyway, I'm gonna hop off of here. Let me know what you think. Feel free to drop your comments below. Smash that like button, smash it down. And if you already haven't, subscribe to the channel. Please do that. I need your love and support, and it would be greatly appreciated. So hit that subscribe button and smash, smash, smash the like button. And feel free to drop your comments below, please. Like I always say, we don't have to agree, but let's disagree without being disagreeable. Let's do that, y'all, even when it comes to sports. On that note, I'm out of here. I love you very much. God bless you and take care and have a good day. All right, love you much. I'm out. Peace.